Intermediate School District, I would like to welcome you all to the Summerfield Early Childhood Ribbon Cutting Ceremony. We're excited to have you with us as we celebrate this important moment for our children, families, and community. Over the last year, Summerfield has received a reconfigured main entrance, a new parking lot, a new roof, new boiler system, and other essential building updates, including new flooring and lighting in the gym that we are standing in or sitting in at this moment. The improvements are about more than the structure. They represent our shared commitment to creating safe, welcoming, and high-quality learning spaces for our youngest learners. This work would not be possible without strong partnerships. We are incredibly grateful to the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation and the Flint Community Schools for their collaboration and investment in this project. It's a powerful example of what we can achieve when we work together for the good of our students and our families. Thank you to everyone who played a role in making today possible. At this time, I am honored to introduce the Superintendent of Flint Community Schools, Mr. Kevin Jones II, who will share a few words with you. Thank you.
Good morning. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. I will say that this work here at this school is a part of visioning not only for Flint Community Schools to re-energize the pride in our city. If you think about Flint, Flint has had a rich history of education, bringing and revitalizing our area. And that's what Flint Community Schools has started to do with re-energizing partnerships that matter. And one of our lasting partnerships that has recently been re-energized is the work that we are committed to doing with the Genesee Intermediate School District. And I have to just take a moment and say, they have one of the best superintendents that I have ever met, Dr. Steve Tunnicliffe. Let's give him a hand. That's my guy. Go blue. All right. I'd just like to thank Dr. Tunnicliffe for his thoughtfulness, mentorship, and visioning to see better for the kids in the city of Flint, to work hand in hand with not only Flint Community Schools, but with all school districts in the county to ensure that we are thinking about our youngest learners. And one of the 4 R's for us is renovating the plains. And so I'll just say that some of the work in this area has been thinking about not only this building, but what are we going to do with Longfellow? And the Flint Community Schools Board of Education has worked with Communities First to revitalize Longfellow so that this can matter even more, and to bring housing over into that school. So we're excited that this is done so that now we can make this area even better by bringing housing over into the Longfellow School. So I think that is an awesome thing to continue. And so with that said, just want to thank also the President and CEO of the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation, Mr. Ridgway White, who's not only a part of this project, but is a part of many projects in our community to make a difference, not only for the community, but Flint kids. So, Mr. White, as I bring you forward and introduce you, what great work and thoughtful vision you all have had at the Mott Foundation to not only support the ISD, but to support Flint Community Schools, bringing Flint back to a better place as a place to live, a place to work, and a place to play. So at this time, I bring to the stage the CEO of the Mott Foundation, Mr. Ridgway White.
Thank you, Kevin, Superintendent Jones. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here today. Just just ecstatic to hear about the support for partnerships, because at the Mott Foundation, we believe that every child has an equal opportunity of success in Flint and as a child born elsewhere, and that's what we strive for, and we're hearing partnerships that everybody here wants to see Flint kids succeed. So that's the number one point. Today we're pleased to celebrate the kind of reopening of this facility with a bunch of new back-of-house kind of stuff that is super important. We provided a grant of $5 million to allow that to happen. Just say that you know, while back-of-house is, you know, it's not the flashy thing, but it's the core to what it takes to see kids succeed. You know, if you don't have the blocking and tackling done, the teachers are distracted from doing their jobs. And so now this facility is a facility that everybody can focus on the number one thing, which is our kids. And so that's super important. And as I said before, I'm really excited about the partnerships. Partnership between GISD, Flint Schools, Flint Center for Educational Excellence. You know, we're a community now that has probably one of the best networks of early childhood facilities in the state, if not the country. And I said before, we've got, you know, I think U of M Flint started with one right in the U of M campus, and then there was Educare in Cummings, the Mott Community College, Young Family Center, and this center's been here all along, but this gives a little bit of rebirth and rejuvenation. So super excited to see all those things happen. And one of the ideas is, how does that network come together and lift all families in Michigan and in Flint? And you know, the design is so that kind of you spread beyond the four walls, so that you've got friends, families, neighbors, small community, you know, neighborhood centers run by moms and pops, that they get access to some of the best teaching and resources, so that Flint kids get that early start. Because it's all about ensuring that kids, when they walk out of this school and go into kindergarten at Flint Community Schools, that they're ready and they're engaged. And you know, we know that that parents need all the help they can get with everyday challenges of raising kids. So super excited for that, for these quality learning environments that are coming across the board, all across the place. Just want to thank you all again for coming together to make this project happen. You know, money's a small part in an initiative. So many people here working every single day, working really hard to support kids, and that's the best, and Mott's pleased to be a part of the team. So thank you. I'll welcome Superintendent Tunnicliffe.
Well, good morning. So I'm going to start just by a huge listing of thank yous. And so if you'd bear with me on that, first and foremost, I want to thank our Board of Education. All of them are here today. So our President, Mr. Hill, our Vice President, Desiree Gibran, our Treasurer, Salvatore Asiello, our Secretary, Janice Bugby, and our Trustee, Raphael Turner. So thank you for your ongoing support. Our Board of Education is hugely invested personally and as an organization in early childhood. They demonstrate that on a regular basis. And especially, we're talking about partnerships here today. This board has been supportive of and pushed us as an organization to partner better and more with all of our communities, including, of course, Flint Community Schools. And I next want to lead into my appreciation to Superintendent Jones, not because he said go blue or because he said a few nice things about me, although I appreciate that. But more importantly, because those of us in the community know how important sustained, stable, strong, and engaged leadership is, particularly here at Flint Community Schools. And Superintendent Jones has demonstrated that, continues to demonstrate that, and partners meaningfully with us at the ISD, but then across the board. And I think it's making a huge, huge impact in our community. So I appreciate Superintendent Jones and also the Flint Board of Education. They've been certainly supportive of the many different partnerships we've grown in, And again, that leadership matters from the board and the superintendent level. So I want to recognize both of those groups. And of course, thank you to Mr. White and the entire CS Mott Foundation team. They has a tremendous team that is supportive far beyond grants, supportive in all of the work that we do. And I see many of the team members here today. Mr. Parker and I talk often, many times a week, about all the different programs that we're providing. And so that partnership is truly, truly valuable and appreciated. I want to thank Dr. Latoya Summy, who is here and opened for us. Dr. Summy runs and supervises our entire Center for Countywide Programs. It is the work of our community, including early childhood. So I just want to recognize and thank Dr. Summy for her leadership. And I'll mention a few words about Dr. Ramos at the end of my comments. But before I wrap things up and just offer a couple more comments, I want to thank, I know we've got members here from our architect firm, so Wakely Architects are here, so thank you to them for their work on this project. Clark Construction, I know, is here as well, so thank you to them. Ongoing work that we've been partnered with Clark Construction on. Jeff Jansen is here in the back. Jeff is our Director of Operations. This is one of many, many construction and renovation projects to ensure our students have the very best facilities, whether in special education, CTE, early childhood education. It's a huge job, and I want to thank Jeff for his work on that. Also want to recognize, I know we've got a number of members here from the Genesee Education Consultant Services, and specifically Mr. Jeff Morgan and Rory Matter, I know that are here. GEX is the employer for all of our early childhood programs. So we have over 400 individuals who are employed in this work, and our partnership with Genesee Education Consultant Services is critically important as well. So I want to thank both of them for being here. So it would almost seem as though we all got together and said, what should we talk about? Because we've all mentioned partnerships. I wanted to take a different perspective. Our mission at the Genesee Intermediate School District, and I won't ask everybody here that's a part of GIS to recite it with me, but I think we all know. It's three simple words that we all know pretty well: leadership, innovation, leadership, service, and innovation. And then there's one tagline after that that has been part of our mission for many, many years, and it's partnering for success. And I believe that it's those three words that are the most important part. The leadership, service, and innovation, that's critical. But as an ISD, if we can't or we don't partner, we don't have success. And ironically, everybody here has mentioned the importance of partnerships. Without partnerships, this doesn't happen, obviously, here today. But importantly, none of the critical work that we do as a community, whether it's at the ISD or Flint Community Schools or with the CS Mott Foundation, none of the work that we do doesn't happen if we don't have strong partnerships, meaningful partnerships. And meaningful partnerships to me are partnerships in which everyone wins, but more importantly, it's for the greater good. And so for the greater good in this particular partnership is the community that is right here in Summerfield. See, without this partnership and without the grant from the CS Mott Foundation, the $5 million grant, I'll just be clear, this would be a vacant property. We would not be able to continue to invest in this program and the services that we provide for children at Summerfield without this investment. And imagine yet another vacant property in this community. It's the last thing that anybody needs or wants. So to be clear, it really matters. And as Mr. White said, it may not be a new building where you see a massive new construction, a lot of shiny objects, but everything that's important in this building has been renovated. Everything that matters in terms of safety, health, and educating kids has been renovated. And most importantly, the building's here, where it needs to be. the programs will remain here where they need to be. Summerfield is always full. That tells us that kids in our community, families in our community, need Summerfield, and they need it here. So this is a big day, in my mind. It's a big event, because it's a recognition of, and Mr. Jones mentioned, a revitalization and a reinvestment in this community, where kids can continue to access high-quality early childhood education instead of having to travel somewhere else in order to get that. So from my perspective, it's a really big deal. It's a really big and important investment. And I again want to thank the Mott Foundation and Flint Community Schools for your partnership. Thank you. So again, I am very proud to be part of this work. I'm proud of the work that we do across Genesee County. I'm especially proud of our growing and continued partnerships with Flint Community Schools. We need Flint Community Schools in Genesee County. We need Flint Community Schools to be strong and stronger than ever in Genesee County. We believe that, I believe that, and we support that work. So I'm proud of the work that we've done, and as I mentioned, I'm proud of the work of our early childhood staff. And so if I could just ask, I see so many of our early childhood staff here today, if you could just stand up, because without you, none of this matters. So if you are part of our early childhood staff, if you could please stand up. So thank you for all your work. And as I transition, I wanted to recognize our early childhood staff. As I mentioned, we have well over 400 members in our community that are working across Genesee County and here in the greater Flint area. And it takes excellent, hardworking, caring, compassionate people to have a high quality early childhood program, but also takes excellent leadership. And as I mentioned, Dr. Summy, it's now my pleasure to turn it over to Dr. Jody Ramos. Dr. Ramos began as a teacher in early childhood, and then moved from that role to, she was the director of Educare when the Mott Foundation invested a huge investment and developed Educare. Dr. Ramos ran Educare as the first director of that program, and now is our director of early childhood. So Dr. Ramos, thank you for your leadership, and I'm proud to turn this over to you.
Good morning. The other piece as well that just makes this very near and dear to my heart is previous to Educare, I was also here as a site coordinator. This was my first site coordinator position, was here at Summerfield. So Summerfield is always going to have a very near and dear place in my heart forever. They're still family, always will be family. The other piece of this is also not just being in early childhood in the programs here, but also being a member of Flint Schools. I live just around the corner. So to know that these investments are being made here as a community member, again, just hits home even harder and is even more endearing to know that we are continuing to invest in who I was as a child and seeing the children and the families that are still here and are given these opportunities for growth as well too. So again, many thanks to our partners, to Flint Community Schools, to the Mott Foundation for continuing to invest here where we know that it's needed and we know that it's also just heartwarming and appreciated by everybody. And before we close, I would just like to take a moment again to thank our incredible early childhood team, our teachers, our custodial staff, our maintenance staff, everybody who took that time to make sure that things were ready, their patience, their ups and downs for temporary placement when we had to go somewhere, multiple major moves in a year, and just their dedication to make sure that it was all done so that things were perfect for the 161 students and families that will be here. Without question, they were here and dedicated themselves. Also, to our families and community members, our families who went through us through these ups and downs, our moves, all of the changes, thank you so much for your patience with us and our trust in us too, to continue to remain our families here at Early Childhood. So today is just a huge celebration of what's possible when we do come together to support children, families, and learning. After our ribbon cutting, we would like to invite everybody to stay, to connect, to tour the facility that was really designed with our students and families in mind, and to make they're building something truly special for a lifetime. All right, at this time, I would like to welcome Mr. White and Superintendent Jones up front to actually cut our ribbon, as well as the rest of our board members, so that we can do our ribbon cutting, so we can open these beautifully upgraded spaces.
Right. Shouldn't you kind
No,
of like?
I'm not gonna. Come on.
Why am I cutting
We're
it?
from you. There you go.
Here, come on.
No, come on, we need everybody in this.
No, I want these two. You want? Okay, you don't want to cut? No.
We'll cut it together, how about that?
Just make sure you put the ribbon all the way in.
Oh my goodness.
Now wait.
Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, come on now. You can't do it again.
Right.
Actually, we want to have the early childhood staff come up now. Second cutting.
All right.
All right.
Anybody that wants to be.
You ask your early childhood staff to come up, we're gonna